Alright, hi everybody, it's Bonfire922 here to bring you One Piece. Wow. This chapter. By the way, next week it's off. There's no One Piece chapter next week. And because of that, I think I said this already in my Bleach review, live stream Tuesday on this. Holy shit. And I was talking to Nostradamus. We did like a mini live stream. That was like about an hour or so. He went in on it. This chapter, 5 out of 5. No questions asked. A lot of things came out in this chapter. A lot of things. Shitload of things. But for the most part, we had Flamingo. We had Flamingo with what was going on at the end. We had the mention of D. Then we had the beginning with Bellamy. So yeah, let's get into the summary of this chapter. 729 of One Piece. Flamingo Shupakai versus Shupakai Law, which is a stupid title because Law is not a Shupakai anymore. But, you know. So we got Bellamy. He's basically saying, "Oh, I'm gonna kill. If I kill, you don't strong." And Bellamy, come on. You knew Bellamy wasn't gonna do this because I mean he's Bellamy. I know Bellamy comes in and goes, don't hate on Bellamy. No, I mean, after what Bellamy was told by the Dillinger. Dillinger, by the way, is this other character that shows up. He is a fight. I think it's a she. He's wearing high heels. I mean, I think it's a she. Please be a she, because I'm very confused. Anyway, she telling him, "Oh, you probably would mess it up anyway." The assassination, and the young master told me to kill you. Oops, I shouldn't have said that. And he's like, "What?" So overall, it's like a slap in the face for Bellamy, because he was told to kill Luffy, but at the same time, Flamingo's like, "You are a schmuck, and I don't like you. You're a schmuck. You fail at things. So I'm gonna kill you anyway." It's like what the fuck, you know? But that happened, that part. The rest, after that scene, we basically have... by the way, Dillinger was part of Diamante's army. It's like crazy. Then we go to the fight. Law and Flamingo. This was an ass beating. Yes, I said it. Literally. Flamingo, if he wanted to. Flamingo. Don Quixote. Flamingo. If he wanted to. He could have ripped Law a new asshole. That's how bad the beating was. So, they're pretty much on the Iron Bridge near De Rosa. We got Law doing Mets, which is a table knife thing. It doesn't really do anything to Don Flamingo. And then Don Flamingo, he kicks him and shit. And it's like, he does bullet string. He's owning him. He's just owning Law. Yo, this guy is... Don Flamingo is fucking hacks, okay? Listen, the only thing he's afraid of is Kaido. Think about that. The only thing this is afraid of is Kaido. He's not afraid of Law. He's not afraid of Luffy. He's not afraid of any of these guys. I'm like, goddamn, how do you beat somebody like that? But anyway, he's basically saying you're a move, Law. The Dead Roast is like a hop, skip away. And saying... And then he basically, after that ass beating, he's talking to somebody on the phone. And they're basically saying that this guy is saying... I don't know who he is. I think Nostradamus during the conversation told me who he is. But at the moment, I don't know who he is. Saying that Violet betrayed us and everything. He's basically explaining that, and Don Flamingo already knows. He understands now. That's why Blackleg showed up out of the blue, and saying to send Lao G to the Smile Factory entrance. And I think this guy, I'm not sure who he is. There wasn't really any explanation of what his name was, and say, well, he's like saying, well, since you're being I'll give you unbiased opinion. I have no choice but take care of things, you know. And then after that conversation, we have Don Flamingo basically saying, going at law and saying, he understands now what the plan was. You were supposed to be the bait, and if during this scuffle, the Lost Straw Hats were gonna go and destroy the factory, and in that way, I would be hunted down by Kaido. But you overestimated the amount of time you could held up, and because of that, the Straw Hats aren't at the factory. Amount of trust from you, and saying that they're all held up, and saying that, why do you put so much? He's basically saying to Flamingo, why are you putting so much faith in the Straw Hats? This whole alliance thing requires you to put some trust in them. Why? And then that's when Law says the most ridiculous thing I think anyone said. Pants, because D will definitely bring forth another storm. Huh? At first, I'm thinking, okay, who are you talking about? Because there's like 3Ds in this show. There's Dragon. There's Blackbeard. Blackbeard's got a D. And Luffy. I was taught, like I said, this will be further detailed this Tuesday. This coming Tuesday, because I'm going to go in on it and I'll talk to everybody with it. I think he means Luffy. Man, this chapter, like I said, this chapter was a huge fucks. And it's just like so ridiculous. I'm like, oh my god, D will bring the storm. I'm like, yo, what is this? It sounded prophecy kind of thing, but I'm not gonna go into that. But we had that part, and it's just like, holy shit, Then we go back to Luffy, and he's with Zoro and Kinemon, and they're talking, and we see in the distance that one of the Marines notices who's there, and he informs the Vice Admiral. Vice Admiral, let me just check to see what that guy's name is. I forgot his name. Oh, Vice Admiral Bistle. That's right, Vice Admiral Bistle. And during the conversation with Luffy and Law and Zoro, Zoro's like, "Why did you invite me?" And he says, "Oh, my bad, Zoro." And basically, the Marine is telling Bistle, "That's Law. That's freaking Zoro, the pirate hunter, and Straw Hat Luffy." And he's basically saying, "Pay no mind. If we were to charge after them right now, we would cause a commotion. Let's wait. Let's not do anything yet." And he's just thinking to himself, like, who are you here to arrest? Which I call it was a kind of funny moment in the chapter when he said that. And then we basically have we have a conversation going on with the Denmushi between Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, and the other part of the crew, and Frankie, Robin, and Usopp. Now, I'm going to go page for page and say what they said, but pretty much Frankie was explaining that was the main point. Frankie was explaining to Luffy, these people, we thought this island was amazing. We thought it was fantastic, but there's a dark underbelly with it. We can't just leave. I know we were here to destroy the factory, but we just can't leave these people, these brave little soldiers. Like toy little soldiers. And Luffy basically is stating, then go wild, and they're basically talking back and forth. And this is, some people don't like the fact, I know Nezma was talking in Nostradamus' live stream that I was a part of, saying that they're coming back. Well, here's the thing. I say it's either way. Because if they went to Zhao and got reinforcements, okay. But then that's weird, you know? It makes more sense if they come back and they help the other guys. I mean, it's not a lot, they can help a lot, but, to come back. So that's basically what happens. And Luffy understands and is basically saying to go wild. And we basically have that. And what was stated, what was shown, is that apparently this is what freaking Nostradamus told me. And Frankie says, I don't want to stand by and watch them throw their lives away, mentioning of that. And basically, he told me, like, oh, there's this one dwarf wearing Law's hat. I'm like, huh? And you see there is kind of a dwarf in one of the panels, on one of the pages wearing Law's hat. And I'm like, suggesting that Law switched his heart with somebody else. With one of the dwarfs. I'm like, huh? It totally just made me go like, so, and I was like, no, that's just, I don't know. But anyway, after that, the whole thing with telling, Frankie going to go wild. And we see Fujitora, and there's a huge skirmish in the middle of the town, and then boom! Big loud explosion. And the Marines are saying, Vice Admiral Bristol, what the? And then they see Doflamingo, and Luffy says, Try Guy! Oh, it's Try Guy are you with Mingo? And he says, and then we see Doflamingo. He's over Trafalgar Law, and Doflamingo tells him, you little shit, thinking you really had a chance against me. Boom! And then, here's the thing. Okay, tell me what you guys think about this. And also, the last part that was said from Trafalgar, from Law, was Korra-san. And that's where the chapter ends, with Luffy screaming, Try Guy, Law's name and stuff. And that's where it ends. Now, unfortunately, next week, like I said, One Piece is on a break. Here's the thing. Doflamingo killed Law in broad daylight. That wasn't like, oh, he attacked him and it was a big mess. He had Law was on the ground. And Doflamingo was over his body and shot him. That's on some major Dawn shit. Yeah, I went there. It's like Doflamingo now must be known as the Dawn Flamingo. I mean, it's pretty obvious to me. That's like some Tony Soprano, The Godfather shit. I'm calling it, man. He's a mafia boss. He's a mafia boss now for doing that. That's what they do. They kill motherfuckers in the broad daylight. You ever see an episode of The Sopranos? You just did a drive-by shooting. Just shoot a guy. Godfather. He shot a guy in a restaurant. Any of those movies. That's what it felt like here. Now, like I said, I'm going to go in full details on this chapter on Tuesday when I have my live stream. Overall, like I said, 5 out of 5. I wonder who Korra-san is. And I'm not talking about Legend of Korra. I have a feeling it is probably the person who was part of Doflamingo's crew 13 years ago. And that she was killed probably by Doflamingo. And that's why Law left. It could be that, or Korra-san was a part of Law's crew and was killed by Doflamingo. I'm just throwing out ideas here, but it's around which of those scenarios. But that's pretty much it, people. This was a what the hell. And by the way, I definitely see this happening. There's no way in God's green earth the Marines are just going to stand there. He just killed somebody. He was a pirate, okay, fine. But it doesn't matter. He killed someone in broad daylight. Okay, yeah, there you go. There's your king. He's killing people. Good job. You can't get away with that shit. I don't care if he is the king. You just can't get away with that shit. That is too much. But yeah, that's the story, people. Bankai Night 22. I'll see you guys later. Like I said, Tuesday, we're all going to go in. We're going to have a live stream. Shit. It's going to be the shit. We're all going to go in on this. I'll bring in Zoro. I'll bring in Saladin. Yeah, I'll bring him in too. So yeah, that's the story, people. Bankai Night 22. I will see you guys later. Don't Flamingo, man. He's the Don. He's the Don. He's the Don. He's a mafia boss now. That's what I call this. I'm going to call this chapter review The Don Flamingo. That's how I wrote. That's how I wrote. Peace.